Hmm. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the another live stream. Yes, we are live. One sec. Watching. Are we live or not? Hmm. We are live. I think so. Yes, we are live. Just a sec. ये बैंड के टके मेरे को मार कैसे सकते हैं? ये ये मार रहे हैं मेरे को.
Wanted my full attention, did you?
ये मार रहे हैं मेरे को. ये मार रहा है मेरे को. हाँ? नहीं इसकी. एक सेकंड. यस. बे ट्रेनर को कैसे फाइंड करना है अभी? वो तो ये ना सीन. डॉक्टर मिला ये वो. ये तो हो गया था कल सीन. फिर भी फाइंड करना ठीक है. दया के साथ आएगा ना. पता हो गया. हो गया ये.
Paimon. And you...
Hey there.
This is our friend
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something real.
Alright.
हो गया ये सब.
This place is okay. What is this important thing you want to ask me? The doc...
He's that strange.
Yes, I... Actually...
He left.
Yeah.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to. For now?
Sino... I see. Okay.
Sino's name really does.
Despite having just met you... I can sense that you're the Siri. You don't need to the Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar...
Hypatia? Why would...
And what do you mean by.
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean...
Indeed. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. Let me ask.
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you've recruited many informants.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're at...
Since you asked...
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient.
चलो हो गया मेरे को पता है ये.
I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my...
Well, you're...
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I will
Hypatia. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. Your suggestion is rude and reckless. Oh. I don't know much. It's not so much. I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself.
I see. Of course, your opinion makes... You're still young, but already quite stubborn. Under normal Luckily, there is still some time left for me to... It's just as... And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
मैं गया ना ऐसे जाते हुए नहीं देखना.
He asked a he never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of
I can barely.
I don't think I missed any
Sorry, we.
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest. Recently, my...
Hasn't he already
Yes, but my master will. This has been a habit of.
I get it. Since you are all...
I'd like to ask you.
I can do that. But the academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is. If the higher-ups... If the situation becomes critical...
Alright, we've got a.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant.
I must say.
Being loyal to the... On that note...
The academia, I suppose.
I see.
This may well be. Also, I think this.
Okay, well,
Thanks.
Right. Oh, by the way.
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way.
हो गया सर
According
5
to
मिनट है ये
Tamara,
मेरा
the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check. He also said, just to be safe, we'll do it the Merc. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry. It's just...
ये पूरा उधर तक आएंगे क्या
We can stop here. I think I know where the dock. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where the...
Port Ormos?
That's right. Let's go to the port and have a look.
ठीक है let's go पकड़ना है उसको हमें पकड़ना है उसको पहले बोल रहा हूँ
Look! Fatui soldiers! Thanks to Dia's tracking skill.
Shh! Don't draw there. The port is crawling with Fatui soldiers.
Let's keep going and...
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get close. This place will do. We can hide here while we keep...
Uh-oh! He saw us.
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he the only person on the boat?
You mean, there's...
And where are all the soldiers we saw in the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
So this was a trap. Wait,
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to parties.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take her away. And if I couldn't...
Oh no! Are you...
Let's go!
ठीक है HDR पे जाने से पहले कोई है कोई नहीं है सिर्फ मैं हूँ ये थोड़ी सी हीटिंग हो जाती तो थैंक यू कोई नहीं है बीबी भाई हाउ आर यू
Pardis DI is not a place you Fatui can just show up and...
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in Pardis DI for research purposes.
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already. I find it coincidental that you chose to only come here today.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research, much less an ordinary scholar like yourself. I've done my duty to inform
Okay.
you. Don't make things difficult for yourself.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Pardis DI now, I'm pretty sure...
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary...
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame.
Okay.
He knows nothing about
Sad life
keeping a low profile.
brother I am not sad
Staying at Pardis DI as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a forest watcher. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so...
Then it seems our conversation...
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my...
ठीक है
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson. Laid bare.
एक सेकंड रुक जाओ आई बस ठीक है Who is your favorite character in Genshin? हाँ मैं ज़्यादा खेला नहीं हूँ लेकिन मैं बोलता हूँ कि राइडन
Keep dreaming.
राइनर ही मार रहे हैं इसको नहीं 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 ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं
I'll protect us.
क्योंकि मैं ज़्यादा खेला नहीं हूँ और मेरा एआर भी उतना नहीं है
The doctor's orders are absolute.
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now.
सामने को ठीक है हो गया
Laid bare.
एक सेकंड हाँ ठीक है बस हो गया गुड लक फॉर योर स्ट्रीम थैंक यू या अबे मतलब लुक वाइज अबे हक दिस बोलने के चक्कर में हक दिस ठीक है
Let's light it up.
Transfixed.
Let's light it up. Boom! Inadmissible evidence. Everybody stand back.
Okay.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia.
Got it. Hypatia's still here.
I don't know why it's so still up.
Well, how is she? Oh, that's good.
So, you think this is over?
Hello.
What? The balladeer is here?
डरते बहुत है ये पाइवान.
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to Party's DI and made contact with Hypatia. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness with me.
Who are you talking to?
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your touch. I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey, traveler!
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some final Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god into a divine battle against me? Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. It's how they can justify reverence for a god as they can. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. Yes. Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this. What do you mean? Those words almost make you sound like a friend who actually cares, but you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content recorded on it is what gives it value. All I had recorded down before were some painful memories and boring human feelings. Such senseless drivel should indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world done for you to protect it with such zest and conviction? I'm connected to your consciousness, so I can hear what you're thinking. And since this is a good conversation we're having, so here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss in ignorance.
Okay.
Ah, you've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, I think you'd feel the same way. She peered into my consciousness and saw my past. Someone like that is qualified to become my first follower. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my... You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon... Who wants to hurt my devout follower?
Okay.
The doctor wants to hurt my first. How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you the doctor has never known his place?
Okay.
Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift, just like my expression of affection towards Hypatia. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be.
Paimon, here's Thunder! That person Paimon couldn't see was the Balladeer? Oh, he sure chatted with you for a while.
Yeah, okay.
Where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger. Let's go.
चलो क्या चिल बंदा है इसको पड़ी इसको पड़ी
The Fatui retreated? Hey,
इसको पड़ी है
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen eremites get struck by lightning before.
struck by light.
We were fighting.
अच्छा
Just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone, almost as if luckily there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui, though, and they were being torn to shreds by the bolts of...
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat. Why are you sorry? It's all right. I'm sure you also never expected this to happen. Don't blame yourself. My wound aside, you look like you've seen something unpleasant. Is Hypatia all right?
Hey, didn't I tell you not to...
Just in case, let's go to Hypatia's place and...
फिर से ऊपर है क्या है कि भाई मेरी रिंग इधर ही है
Thank goodness.
Hey, how about taking care of yourself?
I understand my condition. The wound is not fatal.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. They always think they can push through the...
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit.
sorry Aloy you messed up
So that's what you were talking to the Balladeer about?
The academias. God.
That sounds, ambitious, I guess? As long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I'll only... I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in party...
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for your help back.
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some urgent matter to attend to, and left Sumeru in a hurry. Maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the Balladeer. Is that what...
You said the Balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past. So...
Have you noticed? The Balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider himself as his equal.
So, if the doctor
Okay.
was to show up again, would the Balladeer zap him with lightning?
Based on what the Traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us. In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan. The doctor is out of the...
Yay! That's a big...
I'm...
Thank you for the help, Tainari. Make sure you rest up for now.
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here at Parties DI. Traveler?
पता नहीं ये क्यों नहीं चलता है, 1 सेकंड। चलो बेगा। हम्म। ओके, अब शायद हो जाए।
Let's continue to keep a low profile. You can head there once you're ready.
भाई मतलब गॉड ऑफ आर्कन के मेन टाउन में ही वो नहीं है। चल आ जाओ भाई थोड़ा सा। थैंक यू। मैं बाहर क्यों हूँ? यस। थैंक यू।
All right, everyone is here.
How did everything go? Any luck with your mission?
Let's report back one by one. We've made the necessary modifications to the Akasha terminal. In addition,
I'll go next. The Traveler and I went to Party's DI. The situation was a bit complicated, but we found Tainari. Unfortunately.
Who is behind it?
Well, that's the tough part. What should I say, Traveler? The Fatui or the Balladeer? After some back and forth, we confirmed that the doctor has left Sumeru by boat. He has something urgent to attend, so we've successfully removed the doctor from the picture. Also, Tainari's already rested.
Oh, Tainari also asked us to tell you this message.
Everything also went smoothly on my side. The Eremites should have arrived at their destination. To avoid alerting the quarry, they will stay there for now.
I can't believe you actually got so many Eremites into Sumeru City.
It's all thanks to Rahman and his brave team, as well as their bold strategy.
It appears to have been very effective. I'm glad. Well, is that everything?
Huh? Wait, you mean that's it?
Well, what else is there to discuss?
Shouldn't you end with some words of encouragement? You know.
Personally, I'd rather we all go home and get some rest.
I'll hate them. You.
Oh, and if you wanted someone to say something to that effect, then I must reiterate that I'm here to strategize, and so you should find someone more suitable to do that.
But I thought all of you academia big shots were great speakers.
Then I should remind you that I'm the scribe.
I know that. So.
A scribe is responsible for recording meetings, not
Fine, whatever. Well, Cyano doesn't seem to be much of a talker either. I guess that leaves it to my employer.
Employer?
Okay.
Yeah, the Traveler hired me. That's right. So come on, boss. What do you have to say for the
Yeah, say something to boost morale. Huh? What are you all doing here?
Neither.
Hey everyone.
Nilu.
I'm not disturbing you, am I?
Not at all. I was actually just about to go find you.
Judging from the... But you also look like you're up to no good.
Welcome, Nilu. Would you like to join us?
Huh? You mean... You also want to...
Yes. Nilu, are there any breaks in your performance schedule in the upcoming days?
Huh? Wait.
Yeah.
I can't believe my ears. You are true. Oh, right. The Traveler and Paimon are not from Sumeru. That's... I must admit, I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali. If I can somehow use my abilities to help you...
Remember.
Okay. I'll get my friends at the Grand Bazaar...
Just remember not to say too much.
Yep, you got it.
All the preparations are done. Now, can we finally conclude this meeting?
So, have you thought up what you'd like to say, boss?
Yep. It's a grand plan and we're all super awesome.
Well said. A good night's rest before an operation.
Thankfully, I've had my place to myself recently. It's been...
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Alright, let's all go home and get a good night's sleep so... Okay. So I guess... Yep, good night.
अबे तो बहन चो ये तीन बार ही बुलवाना जरूरी है हैं? गुरु मिल रहा गुरु मिल रहा गुरु मिल रहा गुरु 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 मिल रहा ठीक है ऐसा सब कुछ है के बाद में करते हैं ये सब इतना आगे होगा अच्छा आज मुझे उठना है
Today is the Academia's Nia Garbaha Day. We can finally put in place... Oh, hey...
Hello, you two.
Not really. Paimon got too nervous, but about you, I'll hate them.
Naturally, I slept just fine. After all, a good rest should be considered part of the plan, since energy is an important
You just want to show off how calm you are.
It's crucial to dissipate any tension before we execute our plan.
The only thing you're doing is being annoying.
Anyway, do you need me to go over the game plan again? Our target is Grand Sage Azar's office. Everyone in the Academia knows that's where the many restricted commands and operations are executed via that console. I'm sure...
You know, Paimon's been thinking...
That isn't something they could have accomplished with their scholarly talents alone. In the Sanctuary of Suristhana, there's a device of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's that she once used to isolate herself while meditating. 500 years ago, the Grand Sage at the time modified...
Hey, hello, Zoldivai. Hello, welcome to the stream.
Trapping one god with the power of another.
So, how are we gonna...
Don't forget, today is Nyargarbaha Day, arguably the most important day to the Academia. The sages and core Academia personnel are busy loading the latest batch of research developments and legal decrees into knowledge capsules so that they can be entered into the...
You welcome to the stream, Zoldivai.
All the Darshan's researchers have their noses to the grindstone, and the Academia's grounds...
Discord है क्या आपके पास? Yes.
It's the perfect time when the Grand Sage leaves his office to supervise the entering process. That's our cue to access the console and free the Dendro Archon. Well, yes.
मैं यूज करता हूँ
That's just
डिस्कॉर्ड
the
या
visible side of our plan after all.
लिंक, हाँ लिंक मैंने डाला हुआ है ना, एक सेकंड, लेट मी सी, ये एक्सपायर्ड हो रखा है। हाँ डाला हुआ है, डिस्क्रिप्शन में है, देख लो। ये तो फिर ये लो, और कैसे डालता है डोना। मैं लाइव इसमें बैठता हूँ क्योंकि
If precedence
मतलब
holds, the
मेन
academia
क्या
should have
बोलते हैं,
already started preparing for Nyagarbahad.
लाइव स्ट्रीम के बीच में ऐसे कोई लोग आए हुए वो मेरे को पसंद नहीं है वैसे,
Everyone should be in
बट
position.
ठीक है,
All the
आ
stages
सकते
ready
आ
to
सकते।
lead the charge.
Let's go.
So are we just gonna walk in?
Yes. Were you expecting us?
Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
एकेडमिया आ गई हैं, ठीक है।
Scribe? Please, wait. Are...
That's me. Is something the matter?
No. I was just surprised to see you here. I had heard that the sages were looking for you not long ago, but I didn't know what for. And, also, please don't bring outside guests into the academia.
Outside guests? How did you arrive at such a conclusion? Your groundless inference shames the Haravatat Darsh.
What did you say? I'm the top student in Haravatat, and I earned 3rd place at the last Inter-Darshan debate. Don't look down on me!
That wasn't my intention. As your Haravatat senior, I just assumed that you possessed a greater aptitude for critical thinking. Look, based on what you already know, the purpose of my return and the reason they're here should be obvious.
Is that so? Wait a moment. The sages search for you? A blonde-haired So, from the start, the sages weren't looking for you, but...
Hey, shh. Yes, you've proven yourself as the top student in Haravatat. I
Okay.
surmise you've arrived at the correct conclusion.
As I expected. Please, forgive me.
It's nothing. We'll be on our way then.
All right. Thank you for your
What the heck just happened now?
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You have no idea?
Mm-hmm. He convinced himself of whatever truth he came up with. That is the so-called pride of a scholar. If someone questions their academic facility, they will instantly feign understanding to keep up appearances. Nowadays, the academia is rampant with this type of scholar. Their obvious farces of intellect only serve to highlight themselves as fools.
We also leave welcome to the spot.
Wow. So there are special ways to deal with smart people. We don't even need to make up our own excuses.
We shouldn't waste any more time. It would be problematic if we missed our window of opportunity. Let's...
Hello, Grand Sage. Welcome to the
Is
stream.
this the Academia's library?
Indeed. Known as the House of Dana, it is quite possibly the most extensive special collections library in Teyvat.
There are a lot of students going through here. Is it really okay?
The academia marches to a fast beat, especially since it's Nyagarbahad Day. They're all occupied with their own matters. Just act natural.
ऐसे हाइड करना है क्या? ठीक है।
What's this platform for?
It's a lift that academia personnel use to access higher floors.
Are we gonna take it then? The Grand Sage's office is up there somewhere.
No, not right now. We can't guarantee that we won't run into the Grand Sage. Let's step back.
You think the Grand Sage will and after he does, we'd sneak past him?
Who knows? However, if we can confirm Azar's current location, our operation will be much.
Allow me to offer you a hint. If you wish to know his location, look behind you. Do not tell me you believed the Academia would not grow suspicious of you after such a prolonged absence, scribe. An eyewitness had informed me.
अरे इसे तो उड़ा देंगे।
So I came to personally welcome you.
Grand Sage, I didn't expect you to care so much about me. I'm truly flattered.
I'm sure, but compared to you, I am far more interested in these two unexpected guests. It's a pity that only now have I been afforded the opportunity to formally meet two of Sumeru's most esteemed guests. I do apologize for my lack of decorum. Excellent. You immediately initiated discussion instead of attempting to prepare some perfunctory excuse. You clearly understand the situation at hand and have no intention of making a reckless stand. The foot traffic here renders this place unsuitable for discussion. Please, follow me to my office.
ठीक है।
This place is crawling with guards. There's no way out for us.
All right then, traveler. What did you wish to discuss? Today is Niagarbaha Day, so I still have many responsibilities to attend to. There is little time for idle chit-chat before I detain you all. You seem to know quite a bit about our endeavors. If that is so, then you should be praising our great work rather than using your trivial misgivings in a futile attempt to...
Trivial?
Then tell me, what do the Fatui want from me? Worthless. Those are all completely worthless. Benefits, divine power. These materialistic words do nothing but debase our great work, creating a god. Yes, we are using human wisdom to create. If humanity cannot attain omniscience and omnipotence, then we shall create a god to reveal them. This is the pinnacle of human wisdom. We shall regain a god's guidance at long last. No longer will we flounder in the interminable void of consciousness and knowledge. Even Ermin's soul will be freed from its plight. For our nation of scholars, this is the ultimate aspiration. No cost is too great to realize it. You will never understand the rapture of having a god be born within your very hands. With your degree of knowledge, you cannot even comprehend such an emotion. Gods exist on a plane that far eclipses humanity's. Lesser Lord Kusanali, care for the people, fend off sandstorms, fabricate silly fairy tales. These are but child's play for the Academia. We are a people favored by Greater Lord Rukadevata. Though I may have personally not seen it, our forefathers bore witness to true wisdom. The ascension of the Lesser Lord has brought nothing but bewilderment to the scholars. They all ask, is that truly what true wisdom is supposed to look like? With that in mind, it is better to keep her isolated in the sanctuary of Suristhana, so our academy will not become embroiled in turmoil.
What a pathetic justification! Do you really think that only the super smart or powerful should be able to call themselves gods?
As per your judgment, Grand Sage, they are indeed dangerous individuals. Not only are they acting against the Academia, but their ideologies have the potential to lead scholars astray. Looks like there really was merit in my assignment.
Alhaitham? Are you talking—
Anyway, I've brought them to the Academia as ordered, but it took some time and trouble. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the investigation report you had requested. It's a summary of my time spent with the Traveler. An array of information about him ready for your perusal.
Oh, Haytham! So you're... We finally started to trust you!
Excellent. Detailed contents with no errors. I would expect nothing less than an immaculate report from the... As it is Niagarbaha Day, I'll enter the information on you into the Akasha. Surely you know what that means.
We'll be monitored, just like Sino.
With the Akasha's calculation prowess, all of your actions will be predicted with an accuracy of at least 98%. Furthermore, your data will be updated in real time whenever new information... To put it into words you can understand, wherever you go, you will be walking under an invisible leash. This is Sumeru's greatest penalty for dishonest persons. Are you not familiar with the concept that great responsibility begets an equal? In any case, you are Sumeru's most concerning external variable. Locking you down will greatly decrease the chance of any undesirable outcomes coming to...
You're despicable!
Despicable? Perhaps from your perspective, but I suppose you had mentally prepared yourselves for this, no? Your ploy was to sacrifice the traveler here, was it not?
Lord Azar, I know what you're trying to say, but I've been following your plan this entire time. Why are you doubting me at this juncture?
Must I delineate your entire plan? Very well. I will spell things out. First off, I received an eyewitness report that you were spotted with the traveler to Caravan Rebat. However, you immediately departed for the desert and escaped surveillance rain. Judging by the time, you all likely encountered the truant General Mahamatra in the desert.
Maybe Paimon shouldn't have mentioned Sino just now.
The Academia had not received correspondence from its scribe for a prolonged time. You were also in the company of the Traveler, a close associate of Lesser Lord Kusanali and General Mahamatra Sino, who had defected from the Academia. With their instigation, what was the probability that you would betray the Academia? Rationally speaking, 50%.
Regardless, that's only a guess. The facts are that I've brought the Traveler right before you, and I gave you my report.
Indeed, your boldness deserves praise. To think that despite status as an outlander, the Traveler is still willing to sacrifice for the sake... If I'm correct, you have a contingency plan to save Lesser Lord sneak into the Academia on Niagarbaha Day, using Alhaitham's status as the scribe. For there is a good chance that an opportunity to save the... Should your intentions be discovered, Alhaitham will turn traitor and sacrifice the Traveler, thus proving his innocence. He can then stay inside the Academia and continue search. As for Sino, according to the Akasha's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia and confront me in person. I suppose this is also a part...
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say. No, even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on you all.
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would irreparably damage the Academia's regular operations, and the development... However, under the current circumstances, even that is trivial compared to what we stand to gain from our...
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru. Betrayed its Archon.
So flight is turned to fight at long last.
मारना
Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule.
Traitor! You traitor!
Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god in a moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me, Alhaitham? Unfortunately for you, no god will lend you their power. Azar!
बे कौन था बे?
He is
बे
gone completely insane.
बे मत्थे पे मार दिया बे, तो ये मर जाएगा।
Take
Shit.
him to the Matra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Nyagarbahar Day. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
ठीक है। ओके, ये तो इसी का प्लान था। बे ये ऑटो में नहीं है।
Yeah. Paimon got a bit carried away there. How was Paimon's acting just now? Great, huh? Everything's going according to plan so far. We made it into confinement, and Alhaitham's probably done with his part too. We even managed to trick Grand Sage's owner. Alhaitham sure knows how to cook up a plan. What are we doing next? Paimon has trouble remembering things when she's worked up. Right. Paimon thinks it went
Apart from that, we still have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation, which is to send the Traveler.
What? Why do we want to get him locked up on
He's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to their successful implementation of their plan. They are very aware of once the Traveler is imprisoned, the sages will likely think that everything is under control, and with their guard down, the next phase of our plan will have them.
I can already see the pompous looks on their face.
Oh, that's a super tricky plan. But Paimon still thinks it's not really...
That isn't the only reason, of course. He has a more important task once he's in confinement. According to the Academia scholars in Ramon's custody, Lesser Lord Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the Akasha ever since she was captured by the Doctor. That way, they can't pry any more information from her. Even if we break into the sanctuary of Surasthana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness. We need to...
So our job is to wake up Nahida! Okay,
The confinement room is inside the Academia, close to the sanctuary of Surasthana. It's a completely enclosed space, and I'll work with Ramon's scholars to make some modifications to your Akasha terminal. Once you're in, get as close as you can to Lesser Lord Kusanali and try... However, as for whether she'll actually wake up, that...
ओके, लक पे है गेम सारा।
no wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. It's the one that Alhaitham modded. Paimon thought they'd take our Akasha terminals when they locked us up in here. Were they being careless? Alright, so what now? Sounds easy enough. We can finally talk with Nahida. There's a light flashing on your Akasha terminal. It's almost like... the faster it blinks, the better the signal! Is this the right spot? Are you getting anything? Please,
Nahida! Hey, Nahida!
When did it first start? Oh, right.
Okay.
It started from the moment I was born. I want to become a worthy Archon. So I've kept studying, kept listening to my people and kept looking for a way to save Irminsul. So
Okay.
I can catch up to Greater Lord. But I'm stuck in the Sanctuary of Sir. The sages are creating a god to replace, and I'm forced to lock my consciousness in this boundless...
Nahida! Nahida!
ठीक है.
It's so quiet here. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever actually listened to my own inner voice. Do Archons have them? Should Archons have them? Have I been doing the right thing?
ठीक है.
Am I really not needed?
ठीक है.
It's so quiet here.
Since you're the god of wisdom, you've known the answers to all these questions since the very beginning.
Who are you? Whose voice? You're right, though. I won't...
Nahida! Nahida?
Did you wake me up?
We're here to rescue you. Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's just... when I think of everything that's happened to me...
You should have been angry ages ago.
ऐसे जगह दिया ऐसे ऐसी जगह दिया बेंच.
Huh? Oh, you're back! How's everything? That's wonderful news! Great! We weren't locked up when you went to wake up Nahida. Paimon was listening for any sounds outside. You were out for a long time. There are fewer and fewer scholars going about now. You think everyone's done with their Nyagarbaha day stuff? Yep, so that means our next act is...
मतलब
Nilu, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for...
I'm sure, and I'm going. You know that I don't like to pass up any opportunity to dance.
All right. But if anything happens, the few of us here may not be...
Don't worry. They've been through worse. Everything's going to be fun.
All right. You know, if you really do get arrested, we'll do everything we can to get you back.
Thanks, Mr. Zubair. You're so very kind.
नाचो आई नहीं मैं वो नहीं कर सकता. मैं टीपी नहीं कर सकता मैं. शिट. अरे ये आगे नहीं जाती. सॉरी. 35,000 HP. आराम ले ये तो HP पे डिपेंड है.
Nilu, how's it?
Definitely more than usual. But it's because I'm worried I won't dance well enough.
It's okay. Just focus on your...
You sure know how to talk. Taking all the credit, even...
Well, thank you both. I'll have to treat you to a meal after all this ends.
Ooh, that sounds great.
All right, let's get back to business. Nilu, we'll be here to keep people from going to the academia so they don't
I was planning on telling them something like, the academia has been conducting a weird experiment, and some of their test subjects escaped. It's really dangerous.
Oh, you couldn't think of anything better?
I think it sounds great. I'm counting on you guys.
Don't worry. It'll be a piece of...
इसका पेज और ये
Hey, Nilu! Sorry, it's great to see you, but I'm really busy right now. Our bait people away with Yalda candies plan is work. Do you want some candy? We have more than...
Vihar, thank you so much for doing all of this. I'll pass on the candy, though. I cut back on sweets in the period leading up to a performance.
You have a point. The stage is cleared and everything's ready, so...
Yeah, thanks to you.
You're welcome. The honor's all mine, since I'll have such a great view of the show.
फिर से नाचेगी जिसके जैसा डांस मैं भी कर रहा हूँ कर सकता हूँ मैं भी कर रहा हूँ
I've never seen a performance like this. This is incredible.
Yes, I told you, my performance is incredible.
Performances like these have been banned. I can't believe she's doing this here.
Grand Sage, there's some commotion outside.
How uninteresting. Issue the new Prohibition Act from the Akasha to the guards. They'll know what to do.
Do you think we should, like, stop her?
Let's just watch for a little bit longer.
Okay. Oh bhai. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. ये तो मेरा है. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a lot of guards just ran by. Does this mean the plan has moved on to the next stage? Yep. It's great that everything seems to be going. Come to think of it, when did Al-Haytham replace the knowledge capsule that was about to be entered into the Akasha? Oh, so that's when he did it! Paimon was too nervous to notice. Speaking of, didn't Al-Haytham also yoink the divine knowledge capsule from that mercenary leader in Port Ormos when everyone else was distracted? It's a time-tested trick of his. Why are we complimenting him? Yeah, he's smart and all, but he still makes Paimon's blood... Let's review our plan for this stage again. It's not like we have anything else to do right now anyway, and it'll help us feel more calm. Paimon remembers that Nilu's task was supposed to go a bit like this.
ये और डांस रही है.
Now
पता
that
नहीं.
Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness has been forcefully sealed, the core figures of the academia, with the doctor's technological support, they think they have nothing to fear.
How despicable of them to rely on such...
But this is also our... I was originally asked to draft the knowledge capsule for the Artistic Performances Prohibition Act when I was still at the academia. It should be on the Grand Sage's desk right now, and will be entered into the Akasha during the next Nyagarbha Day.
Are they really going to stop all artistic performances?
I'll make an identical knowledge capsule, but this time, I'll smuggle some misleading information into it. We only need to find an opportunity to switch the capsules. Once it's been entered into the Akasha on Yagarbahade, if someone were to be seen performing in public, the sages would definitely use that opportunity to announce the ban. And so, the misleading information will be disseminated amongst the...
Sure sounds complicated. But it seems like if everything goes well, we'll be able to get rid of all the guards in the academia without any... That's pretty clever. Getting right into their head. I just have one question. Even if we manage to get the misleading info out to the guards, how can we be sure that they'll believe it?
People who are used to relying on the Akasha become less inquisitive, and their ability to distinguish truth from misinformation is significantly reduced.
The Akasha will turn humans into machines.
Yikes. Good thing I didn't wear it for long when I was working in Sumeru City. At first, I thought it was a good thing too. By the way, this plan still requires a performer, right?
Do you have someone in mind?
Nilu of Zubair Theater. I know her really well. We can trust her. I'm kinda hesitant to ask her to participate in a dangerous plan like this, but we can ask her in person.
All right. After the guards in the academia are gone,
then it'll be time for me and my stowaway brothers to... Here they come. Did you see that, Raman? They came out from the academia in droves.
After laying low in the city for so long, this is the moment we've been waiting for.
We couldn't do anything to them inside their coop, but outside the academia, this is our...
For a lioness like you, the prey sure won't be able to run far.
We still need to eliminate the guards as soon as possible. If we give the sages enough time to realize what's happening...
All they've done is to sit on their cushy salaries and twiddle their thumbs all day while we fought and struggled every day and...
Speaking of which, most of the guards who report directly to the 6 sages belong to the core of 30. Following those blasted sages every whim, throwing away all the principles of the mercenary... As someone in the same profession, I'm obligated to teach him a good lesson today.
Indeed. The trap has been set.
All right, let's each take a road and herd those scattered guards back into one place. Make sure to attract...
You gave such an important task to that child.
It'll be fine. Isak was so determined to help, so let's put our faith in. Besides, even if he's caught, the guards would be too scared to do anything to him. They've never seen Lesser Lord Kusanali and...
You've got a point. Anyway...
Good luck.
Nice.
This outfit.
Hey, do you remember what you need to do, Isak? When the guards get here, you'll pretend to be Lesser Lord Kusanal.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Of course I do.
Relax. Don't think about getting caught. Even if that happens, we won't leave you behind. You only need to think about getting the guards' attention and leading them to the grand...
Okay, got it. I'm here to pay back Lesser Lord
Hey! They're here! I can see the academia guards!
Alright, it's time, Isak.
Right?
Why is there a guard over there? Did he already run ahead of me? This is different from our plan. But there's no time. I need to make a choice.
Huh? Did I just see some... I'd better go have a look. Were my eyes playing tricks on me? I should go check to see if someone's hiding over there. There seems to be nothing here. Just to be safe.
Good thing they didn't find me. I was close.
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali's over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord Kusanali?
No, they found me. Where should I go?
The target suspected to be Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped.
ठीक है मैं सीधे ग्राम बाजार ही जाना हो गया
Where did she go? How did she disappear? Did we lose her? Hurry up and find.
Hey, why is your team here? Didn't we say to split up our search?
Hurry! Hurry! This place is... Why are you all here?
Yeah, isn't it one heck of a coincidence? Everybody's here. What on earth is going on? I suppose that's all of you?
Who are you? Did you set us up? What are you?
Phew, that was rough. I almost got caught.
Little brat? So you're not actually Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Just some colleagues. Think of this as a business competition. Or, after stepping into our traps, stop thinking of yourselves as hunters. Behave like the prey you are.
चलो ना मारने के लिए तो ठीक
This is Sumeru City, but
You've spent all your time hiding away in the academia. This place has long since become our hunting ground.
अबे चलना मारने दो ना यार थोड़ा सा तो मारने दे यार थोड़ा सा यार फिर क्या करेंगे थोड़ा सा मतलब
This is odd. The academia has quieted down after the conclusion of the Niagarbaha Day ceremony. Where are the guards? Why have I not seen a single one?
Grand Sage, how may I be of assistance?
I called for the guards. Why did you come?
Right now, all academia guards have entered the city to perform the ordered arrest. I thought you knew.
Arrest? Who is there to arrest? I have an ominous feeling.
Arrest Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Is that not what the order was?
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. I wouldn't dare make up something like that. Right now, everyone is in a panic, and many are saying that Lesser Lord
What happened? Just what is going on? Lesser Lord Kusanali somehow escaped? That's impossible. The Academia is heavily guarded today, and any order to release Lesser Lord Kusanali would be strictly confidential. Besides, Alhaitham and the Traveler are already in our hands. What manner of trickery did they employ? How could Lesser Lord Kusanali disappear? Wait. How was the arrest order distributed to the guards?
It was issued by the Akasha earlier today. Only you have the authority to send messages like that, so I thought...
Let me check. Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary. The Akasha indeed contains this information. And it clear... How did they bypass my permissions to issue this kind of message? Was it the report about the Traveler that Alhaitham's? No. I specifically checked that knowledge capsule before entering it into the Akasha. Could that have been? Well, even if I figure it out now, it won't make any difference. The important thing now is to confirm Lesser Lord Kusanali's status. Have you been to the sanctuary of Surasthana?
Confirm? No. It may be a bit offensive to say this, but Grand Sage, how can the information in the Akasha be inaccurate? What the Akasha decrees is fact. That is common knowledge to all of us. If we have to confirm the information and knowledge from the Akasha ourselves, then how is that any different from us learning that information ourselves? Wouldn't Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's legacy lose its meaning that way?
In the beginning, it was I who asked you to believe in the Akasha, to believe in the legacy left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Are you...
No, Grand Sage. I'm merely confused because I believe in you. I never meant to refuse...
Stay here and see if there are any suspicious people around. I'll go to the
Yes, Grand Sage.
Genshin उधर ही
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. How can that be? Stop thinking about it. Stop. It must be a trick of theirs. As long as I personally can... Impossible. That's impossible. There must be something wrong with my eyes. She really appeared again? What is the meaning of this?
What a comical sight, Azar.
Ah, yeah.
Once the Akasha has put certain thoughts into your head, even the Grand Sage can no longer see what's right in front of him. You all can only see the world in your mind, the one you think you know. And precisely because of this, you disregarded Lesser Lord. She has been a wise and worthy Archon.
Sino, have you been waiting for a chance like this? The Akasha predicted that you would return to the Academia to confront me, but I didn't expect it.
No, you were blinded. Your faults stem from your reliance on the Akasha. You're still the same as always.
I truly did not expect a proud person like you to cooperate with Al-Haytham and the trap.
People change, Azar. Admit it. The Akasha can't predict my actions anymore.
Then tell me, what have you found during your...
You want to buy time? This is the sanctuary of Suristhana. Under your own regulations, even Academia staff are forbidden to come here. As for the investigation, I've at least confirmed that you are guilty of insurgency against the Archon. A serious crime.
So what? Did you do all of this so I would plead guilty in front of you,
No. I want you to plead guilty in front of... You once said that I had no standing to judge you. So now, how about judgment in the name of a god?
मारना च मारना अबे यार मारना यार एक को तो मारने दे यार ये क्या कर
Paimon hasn't heard any sounds outside for a while. Yeah, but aren't you scared that we might be locked? Thinking about it, at least Paimon has you. When Paimon thinks of Nahida being imprisoned alone in the sanctuary of Suristhana...
Here comes your savior.
Again.
Paimon just knew you would come to rescue us!
Hello.
You two really owe me some big thanks. I had to search through who knows how many guards to find the key here. It felt even more tiring than whacking them.
Thanks a lot. Need Paimon to rub your shoulders?
No, that's, I'll pass.
What are you afraid of?
Now isn't the time to talk about being ticklish. Things in the city and on Sino's side are both going well. The guards that stormed out of the Academia are all taking... The Corps of 30 is in charge of the city's defenses, but we already talked to Asfand. They've been fed up with the sages bossing them around. As long as it doesn't break their employment contracts, they'll turn a blind eye.
That's probably because you've been super great friends with them for a long time. So...
The Grand Sage is in his custody. Even I know how terrible it is to fall into Sino's hands, so he probably does too. Sino forced him to release Lesser Lord Kusanali. He has no choice but to... So, hurry to the sanctuary of Suristhana.
Yes.
Assuming nothing weird happened, we should have already rescued our Archon. Honestly, I didn't expect our ragtag bunch to do this well. We just came together last minute to save the Archon. Alright, you two better go. I still have to clean up some messes in the city. See you around.
Bye bye. Bye dear. Banget range.
It's nice to meet you. This is the first time we've met in real life. Before, we've only met in dreams, consciousness, or when I was in someone else's body. Thank you so much for coming to rescue me. But I also need to apologize. During this time, I did some self-reflection. My sense of inferiority and yielding to the academia led to all of this, and created so much trouble for you all.
Exactly! We're here because you're a good Archon and one of our
Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own body. It's like I just had an endlessly long dream. I can't even tell if I just woke up or was only now born into this world. My concept of self has become so clear. But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling. This is really embarrassing. You all just rescued an Archon, and now she needs your help to save her country.
It's okay. With you here, Paimon's sure that everything will work out.
There's one more thing.
What is it?
For all the things the academia did to me, and for all the folly it committed in the name of wisdom, as their Archon...
Wow! That's the spirit! You're finally standing up for yourself and not letting people walk all over you.
I understand now. To be a better Archon, if you haven't even figured out how to be a caterpillar, how can you be a butterfly? Yes, true. That reminds me. I wonder how far along the academia is with their god creation plan. We need to hurry and prevent the birth of that false god. I need to make some preparations.
Okay.
Since I'm now free, I can establish a direct link to the Akasha and control. First things first, I need to remove the restrictions that the doctor put on me in the Akasha. After that, I'll make some adjustments and revoke the sage's permissions. The Akasha will then be like how it originally was. Only, after all, the academia betrayed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's trust. This might take some time. In the meantime, you should also work on your own preparations. If we don't stop the god creation plan in time, we'll be in for...
अब वेट करना पड़ेगा. मत बोलना कि भाई कल रात को
When we're done, we can take a walk around.
Oof.
After all, we missed out on a lot of stuff when we were locked up.
उधर वो बन रहा है और कहीं इसकी ले भाई. मेरे बहुत प्रिपेयर हो गया है.
How's it going, Nahida? I'm done with the parts that needed my involvement to come. Although it's my first time working with the Akasha like this, its internal structure and operation procedures are easy for me to understand. Great. Oh, also, this is for you.
Hello.
What's this little floaty thingy?
It's a small device I put together just now. You can think you may not need it right now, but it should be helpful in certain situations.
Wait! This thing has the same characteristics as Paimon!
Mm.
We're both small things that float! Oh, all the things that make Paimon special got copied! When Paimon appears with the Traveler from now on, people won't remember Paimon because she isn't unique anymore!
It's alright, Paimon. It can't replace you. It's only a flying device, but you're the Traveler's irreplaceable friend.
You're so good at comforting people, Nahida. If only the Traveler...
I was simply telling you what I feel to be the truth.
Nahida, you're natural at this. What you just said made...
By the way, even though I'm the Archon and in control of myself again, I'm not very good at fighting. You may have heard that an Archon's power is derived from their people's faith. However, I'm not as well loved as Greater Lord. If we get into a situation where combat is our only option, I'll have to count on you, and I'll do my best to provide support. I'm glad I can rely on you.
So the God of Wisdom isn't good at fighting? That actually...
I've located where the false god is. Time is of the essence.
इधर ही क्या लोअर और कुछ नहीं होता चलो मारते हैं
What is this place? Wow. Who would have thought there'd be a place like this hidden right slap bang in the middle of the city? The sages wanted to realize their god creation plan without being discovered. That's true. They were judging from the structure here. The project is a huge undertaking. The sages really saw the god create, but this place doesn't look like it could have been constructed by the academe. The Fatui under the doctor sure didn't hold back. They provided a lot of technological support. Yeah, or else they wouldn't have been that generous. Is that it, though? I've always felt that this doctor is different from the academia sages. He doesn't, instead of being interested in the end product, it's like he's enjoying the experiment. The Fatui Harbingers are all such weirdos. So, this Fatui that they're trying to turn into a god, we had previously come into contact with his consciousness. He harbors particularly strong one is the desire for a gnosis, since he was created to be the vessel for the other obsession is probably related to his past. I can't quite explain it. Paimon knows that he was a prototype puppet for the Raiden Shogun before he became a Fatui Harbinger. That's why he wants a gnosis so badly. There's no way he'd willingly be a test subject. Now with that temper and ego of his. It sounds like you know the Balladeer quite well. I see. The more we know now, the better we can plan for and react to it. I see. Alright, time to go.
Time to work.
Work
time. No excuse for slacking. Go on. Give me a go. I will. My duty.
Let's end this quickly.
Maji diria.
Witness my rise. Be transfixed.
Let's end this quickly.
Overruled.
Let's not waste time.
Off we go.
Let's end this quickly. Almost.
Let's light it up.
I guess this is it.
Let the show begin.
निकल जा भाई निकल जा निकल जा निकल जा निकल जा निकल जा निकल जा
Teamwork is dreamwork.
चलिए या 2-3 बार और एक भी और नहीं हुआ।
Let's dance.
ठीक है। वे खाना नहीं खाते क्या यार? ले भी खाते ये भी खाते खाना खाती है।
It looks like we can climb up these pipes.
बाला दे रहा क्या है? I think
Pattern on the ground seems all messed up. Let's go around and see if there's a way to fix it.
मतलब मार्केट
I'll protect him.
Transfixed.
Let's begin. Stay right there. Send this quickly.
Laid bare.
Let's not waste time.
Overruled.
This isn't good.
Transfixed.
Crest, you'll get frostbite. It's time for a flash breach. Chill to the bone. Out. Oh no.
Laid bare.
तो ना थोड़ा सा ठीक है। मेरे को पता था।
Leaving so soon.
Overruled.
No escape.
ये खाना खाती है ये, मतलब इसके बीच में ये तो वही हो जाएगा, ठीक हो जाएगा रोड।
Let the show be.
नहीं तो इसका होएगा तो
Hard to stack. Maybe there's something wrong with the tracks. Let's try adjusting the direction of the device to clear the tracks. Let's dance.
एक एक बढ़ता ही आ रहा है ये तो। अच्छा यार हर बार क्या हो जाता है।
No more words. Let's end this quickly. Stay right there. Harden up. Some quiet.
Transfixed. Let's light it up.
Let's end this quickly.
नहीं
This isn't good. Come at me. Have a load of this. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Looks like I shouldn't get careless.
Let's overruled.
I'll protect us.
ठीक है मतलब बाहर का हो गया अब हो गया ना ठीक है चलो बालादेर के पास बालादेर के पास जाना पड़ेगा Let's go. चलो
Looking at its operational status, we must prepare for the worst. The god they wanted to create is likely close to completion or already completed. Oh no, what should we do? Paimon can't imagine how hard it would be to fight against the Fatui Harbinger. Are you nervous, If you really want to know, of course Paimon's nervous. Yes, I am. This is probably the first time I faced with a calamity of this degree since my birth. I feel not just nervous, but curious as well. Curious? Curious about our fate. To me, everything we perceive in this world, everything we learn, and everything that happens to us is considered knowledge. And if it's a form of knowledge, then it can be understood. However, only fate is about that which has yet to occur. So it has always drawn my curiosity. So to me, fate is the ultimate knowledge. That's also why I love observing humans and all the things that happen to them. It all brings me, and now, at long last, I'm not just an observer anymore. I will personally experience my own fate with you by my side.
Okay.
Isn't this such a wonderfully so that's what you mean. Paimon thinks she understands what you're feeling. Agreed. Okay, let's continue on. I can sense his aura from here.
Okay. चलो बालादीर के पास जाते बालादीर हेलो बालादीर डरते क्या तेरे से हेलो
Who would have thought the world would be so eager for my birth?
See.
I remember you, Boor, the god of wisdom.
Boor?
Standing beside you, the traveler.
Is he all-knowing and powerful now like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? No, I can't feel the same kind of divinity I felt from the Greater Lord. It seems that the sages didn't get the chance to infuse the divine knowledge capsules into him. But even still, he has undoubtedly become a true god now. So we're too late? The Balladeer has already become a god?
The Balladeer. A long bygone title. When my spirit ascended to divinity, I felt as if I had existed for the same number of epochs as heaven and earth. Looking back, the existence of what once called itself Kuni Kazushi appears infinitely small and ugly.
Hey, hello. Shunu Kwamishi ke liye baat hai jati
A body that capitalizes on the Balladeer's original construction as a mechanical puppet, with the Gnosis serving as a constant power supply. How much effort and resources did the sages put into this? From a purely technological perspective, it's a commendable achievement indeed. It's no exaggeration to say This is the culmination. You sure are something. Dishing out compliments at a time. But I don't think he's reached the spiritual height of a god.
Strife is engraved upon every god and every gnosis brought forth into this world. Can you feel it? The exhilaration of such power and the thrill of anticipation.
Hito wouldn't feel the same things as you.
Do you not realize that you are interrupting a conversation between gods? Lowly creature, no.
The strife engraved upon a gnosis. You're talking about the Archon War. Tevat's current peace was not easily won. I didn't personally participate in the Archon War, but the way all those losses were meaningless, driven by the demands of the laws. There's no point in bringing it up again.
Is that so? Yet I am deeply disappointed that I was never allowed the fortuity to personally participate. This is a first. Encountering a god in this world who does not crave power. No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of wisdom. Your judgment is as your existence. This is where everything ends, Booer. The god of wisdom. You should know that wisdom cannot solve every problem. Like now, where your only option is to face... Come! Let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my... Feeble human! Insignificant pest! My endless cycle begins!
Let the show begin. I feel a little relieved.
Adventure time! Laid bare. Everlasting as the moon. Transfixed.
ओके नीचे चले गए वो रहेगा आधा से पूरा हो गया ठीक है
Off we go! Let's light it up!
Burn to oblivion!
Overruled!
Kneel!
ये क्या था बे कंटिन्यू भी नहीं हो रहा
Witness my rise!
Reality
ठीक है ठीक है
This is supposed to be a battle between gods, yet you choose to hide behind a mortal. And now, you're acting like you'd sacrifice yourself for a human. Are you having fun proving a false sense of heroism to yourself, Boor?
The data collection is almost complete. Do you even know how many times you've tried to take my gnosis from me?
ये
We just concluded the 168th loop. Did you know that in the effort to create you, the people of Sumeru were forced to live through the exact same number of Sabzerus festivals and Samsara cycles?
The power of dreams. When did you use it on me? You can't even defeat me in a dream. What do you hope to achieve with this little trick?
Come, traveler. Just like before. Allow me to awaken the memories in your dreams.
All that battle experience!
It's more than that. Compile everyone's wisdom in the name of the Archon. That is the original function of the Akasha. I've sent everything that happened just now to the people of Sumeru in the form of knowledge. I've asked them to help you find a way to defeat the false god.
Okay, hello.
Now, all of Sumeru's wisdom is at your disposal.
Meaningless tricks won't save you.
मारना नहीं है क्या ठीक है मारना है
Are you done with your tricks? Can I finally take this as a real battle between gods?
पे नहीं दादे ने अब नहीं यार नहीं दादे यार
1,000 eons, mine to dominate.
कहाँ है
To oblivion.
This may hurt a little,
देख कैसे मारते हैं। ठीक है ठीक है।
Everybody stand back! Witness my rise. Overruled. I'll protect us. Grow, grow, grow!
Kneel!
Transfixed.
Reality is pain!
Committed to memory.
बढ़ा दिया ना, ठीक।
Humans. Filthy humans.
Electrogenesis.
No! Wait! Please! Anything but the Gnosis! That's mine! Don't even try! I'll never go back!
बेचारा। बाला कदीर।
We haven't yet found the answer to the most important mystery. Irminsul is still waiting to be saved. With the power of another Gnosis, we may now finally understand the last memory of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. This is... That's right. This is the last memory of my predecessor.
Staring into my eyes.
ठीक है।
Huh. This sure seems very different. Yes, that is our destination. But I didn't expect the remaining Forbidden knowledge? It seems you know about a concept that even I... Your inference seems logical enough. Forbidden knowledge once polluted the desert thousands of years ago, but was successfully repelled thanks to King Deshret's self-sacrifice and Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Then, a second instance of forbidden knowledge pollution occurred during the Conria Cataclysm 500 years ago. But I'm afraid it is much more serious this time, with Irminsul itself. So, if we're in the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, and it's also been affected by forbidden knowledge pollution, then does that mean in order to save us? Yes. It's very possible that she sacrificed her life in the fight against She didn't completely eradicate forbidden knowledge, but if it weren't for her actions, the pollution would have been far more rampant over the way that everyone, including me, has forgotten everything about forbidden knowledge. Maybe... I'm just sharing her pain. The pollution of her consciousness here is severe. Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge pollution in such terrible conditions, all the way up to her last breath? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a clue for us to follow. Yes, her words were distorted by forbidden knowledge, so that but now we have a chance to we can cross the polluted consciousness until we and then we'll let Greater Lord Rukkhadevata tell us the truth. Each of us need to be mindful of the state of our own even with the Gnosis' protection. We must always keep a clear mind. Don't worry, it should be easy enough for you to keep that mind of yours clear, Paimon.
क्योंकि माइंड में कुछ है ही नहीं.
Are we in the air? And why is there a huge boat? That's the boat of consciousness, which symbolizes reason here. Its course. Wow, what are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them.
Overruled.
Let's dance.
Motion to compel. Laid bare. This is where I fall. Overruled.
Okay, क्या पता तो इम्यून है, लेकिन अब नहीं. अब तो इम्यून नहीं है.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Let the show begin.
Transfixed. My turn. Witness my rise.
Boom! I object. Steady, go! I'll protect us. Look! Four-leaf sigils have appeared in the sky!
तेरी मम्मी के डिंगे
Before the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first. Come on, we can do it. I'll protect us. We changed direction. Are we still? Judging from the current route, the boat of consciousness will soon take us. We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling? Are your minds still intact? Huh? But everything's been completely... Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions. This time... Are you saying you've never met Greater Lord? No. It seems that my birth and her death took place at the same time. Otherwise, I think she would have given me a little more guidance. And... Hey! You've done a great job, Nahida! Let's get out of this creepy place. So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul? Well, this is the place. We're here to find Greater Lord Rook, but the one standing over there is... Is that... Are you... Greater...
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. But this is just a realm of consciousness. We are manifestations of the same nature. Hence why we would appear exactly the same. Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new samsara?
As Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul. And you are the purest branch snapped from Irminsul. Imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, its branches will eventually take root and grow, continuing the tree's life in another form. I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real me has presumably died a long time ago. Judging from your appearance, I've probably been dead for 500 years. But you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, then am I going to be a great art?
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. When a branch grows into a mature tree,
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge, isn't it?
That's a great insight. Yes, it's also precisely why you won't become like me. But perhaps you may become an even greater Archon than I. I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time. And the future that it leads you to will be yours alone, along with the blessings from your past experiences. Don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a plant. You only need to wait quietly for the flower to...
Come to think of it, the sages never had the faintest inkling of the meaning of wisdom. Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired was in fact myself. It's so nice to speak with you, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
The feeling is mutual. From the moment I snapped the branch off Irminsul and created you, I've also looked forward to talking with you.
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me? And what exactly happened when you died?
Ah, I see. You're here seeking answers, right?
ये क्या हो रहा है इसे?
Everything that day, even the sky itself, changed into a color like this. At that time, the seven were all summoned to the nation of Conria. Except for me. I had to protect Irminsul. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. At that very moment, with my consciousness connected to Irminsul, the pain started to torment my mind. By the time I reached Irminsul, it was already displaying signs of corruption. Had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden knowledge with King Deshret thousands of years ago, I might have felt even more hopeless and lost.
So what exactly is?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world. And a form of it came from the very bottom of the abyss.
Okay.
Even I could never understand it. The world is constantly rejecting it, leading to all. If we allow forbidden knowledge to pollute Irminsul, I'm afraid the entirety of Tevat could fall apart.
So, there's knowledge that even the God of Wisdom can't.
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden knowledge with my strength alone, which is why I created a device that compiled human wisdom and named.
It's truly the world's most amazing invention.
Thank you. For a long time, I thought dreams were the fruit of human wisdom. Though it was selfish to do so, I borrowed people's dreams using the Akasha. Then I compiled their wisdom and all of my.
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumeru, almost all the forbidden knowledge was cleared from Irminsul. But things didn't go as smoothly as I thought. I had a terrible headache, and then I remembered that my consciousness was also connected with Irminsul. It brought me knowledge and wisdom, but from the very beginning, my existence had been polluted by the forbidden knowledge.
Oh no! How could that happen? I've experienced that pain in your consciousness. It must have been a horrible.
Yes, but my feelings weren't important. The important thing was that even if I died, my existence and everything related to me would continue to exist in Irminsul as memories and knowledge, meaning that the forbidden knowledge couldn't ever be permanently eradicated, and there's no way for me to eliminate myself. It would be a sort of paradox. So, I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation in the next samsara, and left a trail of clues, all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from Irminsul.
Wait, no.
So you realize what that implies? Your Irminsul has all the knowledge and memories of this
ये
world.
तो छोटी है.
And as you've realized just now, removing me from Irminsul means I essentially will never have existed in this world. But this is the only way to save
People love you so much, and they've missed you so much over the past 500 years. How can we just forget you like this? Is there really no other way? There must be.
You're the god of wisdom, Boer. You should know that there is no other.
But this is so.
No need to feel so sad, Boer. As someone who delights in wisdom, you should feel joy at finally finding the answer. These are the words in their entirety. The answer you've been seeking all along. Let the world completely forget me.
World forget me. अच्छा, ठीक. Wow, wow.
Under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, every everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness.
Yeah.
I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people.
Elazar cure. Cure Elazar.
Goodbye, people of Sumeru. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
ये 30 प्रीमो मिलेंगे क्या हमारे इसके?
I'm alright. We've just saved the world, right? So why am I crying? I don't know where this feeling inside of me is coming from, but I feel very sad. Just now, we used the power of two gnosis to successfully connect with the Ermin soul consciousness from 500 years ago. Then, we removed the remaining pollution from Merman soul.
Oof.
Yeah, what's wrong? Weren't you there just now?
Ah, yeah. कौन है डॉक्टर है
Huh? That sound.
I've been waiting here far too long. But finally I have the chance to be alone with you. All the precious time I...
The doctor! What have you done?
Just a type of sound wave that can quickly put defenseless people into a dream. As I expected, it doesn't have any effect on gods. This is the only thing of interest I found among the sage's research. I thought, don't worry. I know you would never forgive me if I actually killed them. I'm here to negotiate with you. Naturally, I won't do anything dangerous that could potentially damage our relationship.
Negotiate with me? I heard you had already left Sumeru. What?
I left Sumeru, but I also stayed in Sumeru. Even the god of wisdom is restricted by the habits of cognition.
You mean there are many different versions of you in this world?
An astute guess. Even the same individual will have different cognitions at different ages. A long time ago, I made a major decision in hopes of preserving all my perspectives of how I observed the world. Observation is the first step of any experiment, but observing the current world doesn't satisfy me. It lacks an... So I saved segments of all my ages and made them into independent individuals. That's all there is to it. Indulge me. How does the God of Wisdom find my method of...
It's an insult to the very concept of life. Life inherently has many rules and restrictions, each with its own significance and reason to exist.
Yes.
It can't be broken.
Indeed, it's difficult for humans to make peace with themselves.
Since you're in the academia, why wait until now to show up? You could very well have stopped us and helped that fake god.
Simple. Let me ask you this. Would any staff member ever help the subject in the middle of an experiment? It was my experiment. So why should I interfere with the result?
The academia saw the plan to create a god as their ultimate goal, yet you only saw it as an ordinary experience. You really are crazy. If the experiment succeeded, you would have had a new god on your hands. How would you have faced your own god then? Would you still take the same stance? Would you still hold the same view of your...
I'm first and foremost a scholar. These results should be left to the judgment of the hypothetical me confronted with that outcome. But you're right. And that's exactly why I'm disappointed with the conclusion of this experiment.
As an individual, you don't have any sense of belonging. You seem to have even fewer convictions than a typical scholar.
Oh no, I certainly have my own convictions. They just don't fit your standards, that's all. All right, that's enough conversation for today. The experiment is over, and it's time to tidy up the equipment and reclaim any useful materials. For example, the Gnosis. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you're an intelligent Archon. I'm sure you understand the disparity in our combat abilities at this time. Besides, you have no way to use that electro-gnosis.
Didn't you say you were here to negotiate with me? Somehow, it's starting to seem like you intend to take it by force now.
After all, I'm also a scholar. Naturally, I hope to show proper respect and dignity to the God of Wisdom.
Your hypocrisy is built on absolute confidence. I understand your scheme, but... what if I were to destroy the Gnosis now and awaken the heavenly principles?
Awaken? Do you think that's really possible?
The heavenly principles have been silent for many years, but the Gnosis are symbols of their control over Tevat and all the laws. Will the destruction of a Gnosis attract the attention of the heavenly principles? And if so, how do the Fatui plan to deal with the consequences? Do you dare to gamble such a possibility with me?
Yeah.
How surprising. I thought you would show evidence or use rigorous reasoning to prove your point. The word gamble, but this is a clever move. You must have seen through me when I first captured your consciousness.
Okay.
As a scholar, I respect all possibilities. This has always been my principle and is indeed. I can't ignore this possibility. So
this foreign Gnosis will only lead to disaster if it stays in Sumeru. But this electro-Gnosis is the prize I obtained after defeating one of your fellow Harbingers. Now, as the one who initiated this cascade of events, shouldn't you pay the corresponding
price? Interesting. What price would you...
How about erasing all your other segments?
So this is how you wish to restrict me, the most threatening opponent of the Nation of Wisdom. What you request of me is like plucking out the eyes I have placed in the dimension. Segments are extraordinarily difficult to make. They require extremely rare resources and enormous amounts of time and effort. Yes, how very interesting. Can I ask, among all the versions of me, this segment you see now is the most selfish. If it weren't me, your idea wouldn't have worked. What did you see when you were imprisoned? You were observing me, and that's how you know I've long grown tired of their doubts and endless...
Like you said, it's difficult to make peace with yourself. Being as smart as you are, have you managed to do...
I see. If you think all those versions of me are worth a Gnosis, then...
You sure didn't hesitate much. Is the relationship between all the versions of you really that?
I don't think there's any need to dwell on that. The surplus versions of me can be exchanged for a gnosis. Do you think anyone can offer themselves at a higher? Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time until I find better perspectives. But what I'd like to know is, how can you be sure that I've really...
I can see your remaining honesty.
What a ridiculous decision! You can't be serious!
How could I have been so short-sighted?
You think this is the end? Wait, I'll have my revenge!
You'll make this moment count.
You will regret this!
Well, have you confirmed that it's complete?
Here, take it. The future of Sumeru City will be in my hands alone. I will shut down the Akasha and let curiosity and the thirst for knowledge drive the realm of academics once again. There won't be any further gaps for you to exploit.
It truly pains me that my academic achievements have never been appreciated in my homeland. Of course, I have no interest in being rejected by this city for a third time. Another chess piece. And where is your dendro...
Don't be greedy, Harbinger of Snezhnaya.
No, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the Akasha anyway, then there's no further use for the Gnosis of Sumeru. Besides, isn't it the Archon's duty to deliver what's Oh. Judging from your expression, you don't seem to find the idea very agreeable. Then let's think of it this way. Since you're the god of wit...
People exchanging knowledge with the god of wisdom is the stuff of legends. Yet here you wish to exchange knowledge for the god of... Arrogant as that is.
Let me ask you, have you in all your mighty knowledge ever heard the rumor that the skies of Tevat are fake?
Huh?
That's the secret hidden by Ermin's soul concerning the truth of this world. Once I finish telling you about this, it will be time for me to set with negotiations. We've all gotten what we wanted.
Your arrogance may know no bounds, and convictions may mean nothing to you. But I'll still listen to what you have to say.
Please, pick up my baby. No se mata de
Together! Are you awake? Kali says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even Tainari could stop us from going out now, right? Come on, Traveler. Good morning. Looks like you're awake. Yep, yep. I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a take. It's nice to have you here so we can eat. Well, now that I've recovered from Alizar, I'm feeling better than ever. And Paimon bets they're all delicious. Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night. Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. So Oh, it's from me. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyano's reinstatement as heroes of Sumeru. Please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you. The date of the banquet is written on the back. Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing. Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you. Oh, You're embarrassing me. Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have. Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari.
Ah, good morning.
We feel much better. How about you?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for
But from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with the.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started.
Yes, but there are still some. The Withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We Forest Range.
By the way, we have some good news. Sino.
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here? Why did he come to?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and.
And you probably already know all about the celebration.
Celebration feast? No.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would celebrate Sino?
Perhaps. Or, alternative.
Come to think of it, Sino doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast. You and Kale are both Sino's close friends. Why don't
Kale has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Huh?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidia Forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned have all been released.
Huh?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is stable. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies, and have decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to cultivate. When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovering wisdom had begun to. As a result, work has increased for the forest.
That sounds really
There is nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand.
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to head out.
You've recovered well. You may go.
ये ग्रैंड बाजार पे आने का
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time.
Mr. Zubair, I finished telling things up here. Well...
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests? It's effective.
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never hurts to get things ready in advance.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon!
We got your letters, so here we are!
You're the best. The other guests haven't even replied yet.
Huh? Are we the only ones that have arrived?
Yeah. I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone...
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore your request. Nilu is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after... You have no idea how happy I am to talk.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has, because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think Nilu is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have Master Zubair. Let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine the value of an audience. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a camera that can record people's appearances as pictures. Such pictures would make superb gifts.
Ooh, good idea. I wonder where we can find one.
You guys are so funny. There's really no need for that. I'm satisfied just being able—
There's always a lot going on at the Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, and that's why Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if the letters were actual— if for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then—
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going.
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was in Port Orma. As for Sino, we've only heard that he appears at the Academia. I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her. If you have time—
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
ये मेरे को ही करना पड़ता है बेंच सब।
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that— Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the House of Dana. You should, but you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must be—
Oh? Who else was looking for—
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No way. We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought—
Alhaitham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it looks—
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what—
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just—
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already—
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Kasharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean—
Huh. What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt since—
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you—
Oh, you see? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. You're ridiculous.
It seems that you really can't stand my—
Ha! What was your—
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Ugh. And don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The Academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the Academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect—
Like I need to tell you. Keep your note—
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you?
I was in the desert for a large project,
But considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and... Hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when
Well, while you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a...
Ha! And...
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
कैसा मेरा एक पंख देखना कोई कैसा है बताना प्लीज ठीक है
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at...
If she addressed the letter to all Hatham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
Have you always been so busy with your...
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole Academia was practically turned upside down.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of...
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the Academia.
Yeah, you're right. Huh.
Yes, at least. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans, attaching themselves to the 6 great schools, have stood the test of time and now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools. And the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar, and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find someone new?
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on a strict set of criteria.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanagi. I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Oh, all right. So you...
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the Academia before the new sages take office. And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
By the way, who was that other person?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's at...
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars. Which is exactly why he always has so many
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner...
All right.
खत्म करना है इसको आज साला कितना नाचे इन लोग पता ही नहीं है एक मिनट क्या बोल रहा ये कैसे करते हैं इसमें वही लास्ट के 10 मिनट में ऐसे हार्ट अटैक देते हैं मेरा इतना पता है कि 160 भर चुका है बहुत लेकिन वो सोचता नहीं होता कि भाई
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra. मेरे को एक चीज पता है कि अगर मैं ये देखो ये सारे खत्म हो रखे हैं बस पता है सारे देखो आर्कन क्रोस चैप्टर 2 एक्ट 5 ठीक है अब मेरा चल रहा है चैप्टर 3 एक्ट 5 ओके ये खत्म हो जाए ना ये देखो इतने ज़्यादा मैं बैठना पड़ा है पता नहीं भाई क्या है
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dinnerzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far. I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard.
Yeah!
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady.
Resignation?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard?
I want to take a risky job and put my...
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever!
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that I'm still a mercenary through and through. Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller...
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring...
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that.
We just came from talking with Al-Haytham at the
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the academy?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Al-Haytham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the academia, but only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
Forget about it. The last 10 seconds in there. Al-Haytham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work in the...
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a... Because you're super, man!
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose. In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up...
Even if being a mercenary means facing all...
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard is...
I don't want to see you go, but...
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while I still...
Huh? But wait a second! You make it sound like you're leaving...
Well, no. Not yet, at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until...
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if you had received a...
Did Nilu...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying. My lady has been very energetic lately, and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back, the receptionist is usually off now.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is also...
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is always...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to...
Sorry to make you two come all the way out here.
It must be something important for Nilu to...
Yes! She said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also...
Great!
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like this?
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything...
Alright, then this is...
The feast will be held in 2 days, so...
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting...
Oh, by the way, do you have...
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one...
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. Don't mention it.
Alright,
कहीं भी रहते हैं लोग पेज नीचे भी कुछ था मैं तो देखा ही नहीं अभी तक नहीं नीचे भी इतनी ज्यादा जगह है ठीक है भाई
It's been a while since we last visited. Ah, there's Sino.
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave. So now we're out.
It seems Gandarvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
And Tainari's...
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right?
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive.
But why are you just standing here?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean...
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place, but you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me you've run into trouble.
Roman! And...
Oh, you...
Oh, well,
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, you could say I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar. But I have not completely given up on my relationship to knowledge either.
I can see what you're saying now.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become...
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart... That is the true meaning of education and
the people of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. The stars have always...
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from?
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are...
Sataria's idea...
ये लोग की बात में मेरे को...
At first, as you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance
इस
and
बात में मेरे को वो ही नहीं है.
What I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were... Sataria, you tread a treacherous... Sataria, why haven't you...
Miss...
These words sparked something in me. And I knew I gathered up the courage.
Azar has received much needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have...
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the academia for the desert. My plan was able to go smooth.
You're all doing so much...
Aside from that, I also have some other...
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the academia.
That's exactly what the people here need.
Apart from this, the academia is also we must be persistent about this, and
this is the first time in hundreds. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the...
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss...
No, not at all. Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but a celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's, although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated.
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really did it.
This feast is for you, Sino.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You...
No, not really. But
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to...
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. The messages. I'm sorry for how I treated you before. But now I understand the beauty of your dance. You and the art you symbolize are not only... Please keep dancing. And someday, I'll be able to...
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well.
Got it.
कहता हूँ क्या? 19 ओगणी आ गए. ठीक है. 1 2 ओगणी आ गई. चलो एक एक दिवस जेवा जाए जेवा के एक एक कलाक जाता है.
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really? Well, even.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks and chat about.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Whoa!
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. Everyone that came said that you saved.
Feels kind of nice to be seen as a hero.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've.
My lady sure has a way with words.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together.
We owe it to our abilities.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even moreover, judging from.
Yeah. Everyone gave it their all when it mattered. It was almost like a performance. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power.
Yes! Even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her. This should be something everybody should remember. You look surprised.
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru. If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling this election...
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar.
But seriously though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my...
By that, you mean your life working as the...
Precisely.
Wait, so that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with...
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the general
That's right.
Will you be happy with...
It's not about being happy.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to...
Thank you.
अच्छा अबे थोड़ा सा नाच अबे बहन
My lady. Yes, I also... What an amazing...
You said it.
नहीं बे
Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, less of that...
I seldom participate in such lively No, the Grand Bazaar, that happiness...
अब तुम लोग का मेरे लाइफ में कोई काम नहीं है चलो
The atmosphere here is good. I don't often have a lot to handle these days.
Very well. How is it? It's the first time, you see. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her think of. I can't explain.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you put something. Of course, just wait.
अच्छा ठीक है।
It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. The connection between us is amazing. It's like Flora. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events. So, although you've already helped me with a lot, there's... Please say thank you to everyone for... Oh, is it not convenient for you? But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will... What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful... Okay. Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The Flora also climbs up to the fence to get... Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the... It's me. Huh?
Hold up, what's
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting.
No, of course not. Are you...
Oh, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you. Nilu?
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you and thank you so much for rescuing me. Even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult... Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of people refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but please, allow me to present to you...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I...
Dinyerzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect...
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
बे मेरे को लगाना चाहिए।
Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon. Alright, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat? She should be in the academia right about now. If you have any questions...
सही। ओके। हेलो एक आ रही है यार, मतलब
Hello, traveler and What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness. So are we. And that's why we're here to talk. Is there anything you want to... You mean, what happened after the doctor put... You guessed correctly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. However, in spite of the bad situation, I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate. The Heavenly In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just a bluff, I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the god of... Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation... As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system. Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra-Arch... However, even then, Fossilor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the... Anyway, let's just say she's got, Are you sure? Isn't there something else Huh? You mean... About your sister. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister. Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Tevat? So there should... This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed. However, there must be something different about your sister. Because, as it turns out, the world has recorded information on her after all. What? There is only one possible explanation. She But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Tevat? According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, she began her journey through the 7 nations. But just as her journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on her suddenly become fuzzy. What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something... All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating her fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of. But even that wouldn't explain how she somehow comes from this world. Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders. What's a Descender? Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my... A very important part of the intel was about this world's descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Tevat's 4th descender.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the Traveler? And his sister isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely what we now call the Heaven. As for the other descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some
Paimon's head's about to burst from all this.
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. I must say, there are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them. And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from some... I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate...
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nick.
The pleasure is all mine. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes and...
बाय बाय। मैं इस बारी कोई भी मिस्टेक नहीं करूँगा। मेरे को जाना है सुमेरु, नहीं सॉरी, मेरे को जाना है फाउंटेन। मैं फाउंटेन जाऊँगा।
Wait, you're that blonde traveler who's...
Who's asking? Do you need...
You bet I do. I was worried I wouldn't be able to find you. I have a letter for you, you see. He was a crafty fellow, let me tell you. Took advantage of a loophole in our mailing system by opting for guaranteed delivery, then filling in the most obscure...
Well, we are always on the road, so yeah, it's pretty tough to get mail to us unless we happen to go to the post office on... So, what address did that...
He just wrote... next to a small, white-haired talking fairy.
What? So the address is Pine?
Yeah, exactly, right. And if I failed to deliver the letter, I'd have been bound by regulation. Really, he got me good. I count myself very lucky that I read... Of course, here it is. Oh.
Come on! Paimon wants to have a look! Kaya, huh? So he's here in Sumeru. Now that Paimon thinks about it, Crafty does it. From what he wrote in the letter, it looks like he didn't think there was much chance of it reaching us. Or maybe he's just being sneaky. Do you... yeah, you're right. The letter says that he hangs out at...
सारे को ये तो ऐसे ही हो रहा है। ठीक है।
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
सिर्फ 41 का हो गया। ठीक है।
Ad Astra Abyss.
ठीक है। दो है, दो में क्या मिलेगा? लो क्या है? अच्छा चलो, दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे। अब सो मेरे की तो स्टोरी लाइन खत्म होगी। अब हम फाइनली नया रीजन एंजॉय कर पाएंगे। हिट्स चलो गाइस, बाय बाय।